OP-07 meta is wide open, and that's why today we will focus on what deck to play. Doesn't matter if you are a competitive or casual player, there is a lot to choose from. Let's start with 3 the most competitive decks due to high sailing. It means that if these decks draw everything they need, they can reach higher power level than any other deck in this meta. However, it comes with the risk of lower consistency. In this category we have Black-Yellow Luffy, Red-Purple Low and Black Lucci. It's not surprising that 2 of these decks utilize the strongest card in the meta, that is 8 cost Gecko Moria. Out of these 3 decks, the highest sailing has Red-Purple Low. If you have a good day, this deck is unstoppable and you will feel like a god. However, due to lack of searchers, if you miss your crucial cards, you might just lose like a dog. Next on the list is Black Lucci, that is a natural transition for previous Sakazuki mains. Game plan is quite straightforward, just remove opponent pieces from the board while developing your own. Very strong deck, however very dependent on the draw and on top of that on the cards that you trash with Leader's Effect. For casual players, awesome choice if you are a fan of CP and want to have your own Buster Call. Last in this category is Black-Yellow Luffy, that in my opinion is the most consistent deck out of the 3. Searchers, straightforward game plan and answer to any matchup in a meta makes it the safest pick for any regional level tournament. If you are a new player and can afford this deck, I can safely recommend it for the rest of OP-07. Next category is for the consistent decks. They might have slightly lower power level than high sailing decks, but they are much more stable for high number of rounds tournaments. On top of that, they mostly play on curve with a straightforward game plan that should work wonders for the new players. In this category we have Bonnie, Moria and Enel. Bonnie, new leader from OP-07, probably the most complex leader out of the 3. However, if you already have some experience playing green decks in One Piece card game, it should be a safe pick for you. Strong generic green cards, amazing Leader's Effect and straightforward win condition like 8 cost kit, what else do you need? You even have Hody Jones in this deck, how awesome is that? Next is Gecko Moria, that due to ban list received some changes. Leader's Effect is still dangerous, but transition to Sakazuki Isho build opened more on curve game plan, going second. Trash is your toolbox. Play big characters with strong effects on curve. This is Gecko Moria, leader in a nutshell. Last on the consistency list is Enel. He received amazing boss monster in OP-07, that is 10 cost ace. Very annoying leader to play against if you don't know the matchup. I would recommend Enel to every new player, but it's a very expensive deck as it plays all yellow boss monsters for endgame consistency. However, if price is not a problem, then give Enel a shot. It's hard to find more consistent deck in OP-07. Be mindful though that your biggest enemy are players that understand the matchup very well, as they can abuse your game plan easily. Next option is any blue deck. Blue decks received a lot of support in OP-07 and new exciting leader that is Boa Hancock. If you like classic blue approach of heavy control of the board, then she is a leader for you. Bounce or bottom deck your opponent's characters and draw cards to eventually outvalue them and go for the game. If you prefer more board swarm approach, then Doffy is stronger than ever. With additional 7 Warlords of the Sea cards, he is a real contender in OP-07. Last pick as always, our Gatekeeper Nami, very strong and cheap deck to play that has advantage against any slow deck in a meta, or players with weak fundamentals. On top of that, if luck is on your side and you trigger cards like Sanji's Pilaf, then top tables are yours. Next I have for you, in my opinion, dark horses of the format. Any of these decks can top regional level tournament and they are fun to play for more casual settings. Yamato is still a menace of 4 life leaders, just swing them for the first 3 turns. There are a lot of Yamato builds with all the new cards in OP-07, so feel free to experiment which variant fits you most. Green-Black Perona received completely new build called Samurai due to event card that can be utilized now in a deck thanks to new searcher from OP-07, Otama. Other than that, game plan is still more or less the same, but with increased consistency because Ryuma is now searchable. How cool is that? Last on the list is Reiju. Even though RP low is considered one of the strongest, Reiju received some nice answer for this matchup in form of Porsche that can single-handedly carry you to victory. More flexibility on your game plan makes this leader very dangerous for not prepared opponents. Last category I have are comfort picks. In OP-07 you can play any leader you like as long as you understand the basics and matchups you play against. We even had unexpected regional win in Europe with red-green low. So if you have your favorite leader, take a look at new OP-07 cards and you might be surprised how many leaders are viable again. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more One Piece content. Bye bye.